Alrighty, hello and welcome back to ORL. And after a 2-week break, we are now back underway in Miami this time around. Some new faces, some unfamiliar teams, as you can see on the driver list today. We've got 16 drivers out of our 20, with a couple unfortunate missing today. But anywho, we'll just get kicking off straight into the big swaps that we've seen. Oscar Piastri go, leaving McLaren and heading back to Aston Martin, where he won the championship last season. In the McLarens, Danger and Sprinter Giggles both moving teams. Danger coming from Aston Martin, and Sprinter Giggles coming from... Ooh, where did he come from? I believe... I want to say Ferrari. I'm unsure though. I don't know where he's come from, but anyway. That is his new team. Indeed. Actually, he might have come from a Sauber. Let me just check to make sure I'm not going off my nuts here. I don't know where he came from, but that's okay. Anywho, and some other faces that have moved teams. SV has unfortunately retired. RJ Quistra is now in the Red Bull family. Guga to Aston Martin, leaving the Williams. Legham going up to Williams Tier 1. He's not here today, unfortunately. And Broadstar heading to Aston Martin. So those are the big shocks, as you can see. From some of our drivers here today, Blackier is serving his quali ban in this session, so we will just quickly get ourselves situated with no Danger on the inters. That's a trick that not many people use, so anywho, we're gonna keep that there, and we'll put all that on. Alrighty, and Danger's already got a 5-second. That is lovely. Hitting Oscar Piastri. Anyway, we are on board with Trent Newton. And actually, we'll jump over to Sprinter Giggles, because he will be one of the first on his hot lap for his banker of the start of the session. And in the McLaren, as we just spoke about, with the chrome livery, very, very nice livery that the game has added. In the Mercedes today, Aiden and Keith, both very strong drivers, coming off a very strong Austria and Bahrain. So probably looking to keep that momentum and build up some pressure against the Ferrari, against the Tifosi drivers of Trent Newton and Rift. So we'll just quickly have a look at the standings. And yeah, Trent Newton is leading the Drivers' Championship by over 36 points. So whether or not he finishes out of the points today and one of the Mercedes wins, that being potentially Aiden being the closer driver, Trent will still leave Miami leading the championship. So that is all good news for him. In the Constructors, it's a 23-point gap between Ferrari, so yeah, a double podium for Mercedes would be quite nice, and maybe a bit of hope that the Tifosi drivers have a bad day. But that is your championship fight building up for today. In Tier 2, we just had it yesterday. I was unfortunately absent, but it was a Mercedes win for Camillo in Tier 2. I think closing the gap to about 7 points in the championship between him and a Scuderia Ferrari driver of Lockie, who is actually with us today in the Sauber and has done a 126.4, just barely in front of our former champion, as Trent Newton goes third, and right now it's a professional Haas 1-2, with Lord Mahathir leading the way. In the Constructors, where we left off, there was about a 20-point gap between Mercedes and Ferrari. So yet again, A double podium for Ferrari yesterday, so they'll extend their lead, which is unfortunate. In the overall constructors, we left off about 40 points in the fight between Ferrari and Mercedes. So we will definitely be looking for a good showing from Mercedes this weekend to keep them in the fight with, I think, probably another 10 or 15 point gain on Mercedes. So about 50 points it now extends to. Sprinty Giggles does a 126.6. He won't be too happy with that, but for a banker, I guess he will take what he can get. Danger in the pits, hasn't been able to get a lap done, as well as Mikey, and we'll jump up to the front here. Lord doing a 125 at 7, very, very fast banker for him, and Keith doing a 126 flat. It is known that he can go fast. He's a very quick driver. What can he do around here today as he's on his hot lap, sorry, with Apex, I believe, behind him, starting that now. Followed by Piastrigo if he's not on his in lap. So we'll see how his sector time goes here. He's got a V car right behind him. I would be inclined to, yeah, that is Onyx. Getting a bit of a tow from him on his lap. And Keith is not on a lap, so we'll jump on board with Sonics that we just saw there, getting a tow from the Mercedes. And what can he do here? Through this very, very tricky part of the track and flat out now. Lots of battery he's got. I don't know if he's not on a lap. Definitely not on a lap. No battery usage whatsoever. So we will jump off of them and see, is Apex doing anything? He's a 10th up, so he is on a lap. A 10th up would just about put him in front of Keith as it stands for now. Whether he can keep that and do so is the question. Use the ERS. He's only got a third of a tank left. As he comes to the line, hit your brake board. Don't lock up the front or rear tires. Come around the corner, open it up. ERS. The ERS will open up just before the line. Squeeze the line as much as you can. Don't hit the wall. Then he goes second fastest just by 30 milliseconds. Very, very close that was. And now on their outlaps, Lockie and Lockie and Piastrigo Globdrip in the Sauber. Lockie and Globdrip being tier 2 teammates, so a bit of chemistry for them going into this tier 1 race this evening. Seeing what they can do. Globdrip is quite a fast driver if he can get it done. Not so consistent. He's missed about 3 races, I believe, as he is going a 10th faster right now, as you guys have just seen. And Rift and PS Bomber on their outlaps, as well as Sprinter Ghouls now coming out. And let's see what he can do here. Not too much wheel spin through there. Ease it into the corner, open it up. And he used all of the battery. He's still a 10th and a half up, which would put him up into the top 5, just ahead of his teammate as it stands now. And see what time he can find. See if he can put himself in front of the Scarlet Red Trent Newton. What can he do as he has a bit of a spin coming into the final corner, and he abandons the lap and heads straight into the pit lane. And that is quite unfortunate for him. Apex coming into the pit lane now. PS Bomber, I believe, on his lap, the first of many to do their second or third runs, depending on how many they've done by now. PS Bomber being the slowest on track, besides from the two who have not set times. So we will see what PS Bomber can do with this opportunity. He's got a bit of traffic. I believe that was Mercedes. No, that was a Haas. That was the Haas of Lord Mahavir. And JD Juicebox decides to join in and leave late. And now he's got some traffic. He's got a McLaren in front of him. That's Sprinter Giggles. Somewhere. Has he? Or am I going... Yeah, I'm... Sorry, we've already passed him. So he passed the Red Bull of RJ Questra. And he's now just right behind, I think, Rift. Yeah, or Trent Newton. He was riffed. Alright. Anywho, he comes to the line, and he does not improve, or he did improve, but it was only by a tenth. He's got another 4 of those to find if he wants to find himself up a position to Rift, who is also on his hot lap now. He's barely half a tenth up. He's going to need a lot more, although that half a second might put him just in front of the Red Bull of RJ. So we'll see what he can do here. He's he's really confident there, actually, for how far down he is. And he'll get past the Williams without worry. It looks like he's done a purple sector too. I don't know how true that is, knowing the game's physics and glitches. Hit his brake boards, don't lock the tires, and he comes around to the final corner. What can he do? DRS open, use the track as much as he can, and he goes 7th fastest, just barely behind Trent Newton, doing a 1:26.5. Very, very satisfying that will be for him. And on their hot laps now, we'll jump on with Lord Mahavir, our quickest of the bunch so far. We know he's quick. He's won the only race that he's attended. So let's see how he can perform. He's trying to get the slipstream of the V-Carb, I believe, of PS Spummer Onyx, and Glob retires. He cannot be bothered to go again, or an issue he's received. And he uses the track. He's probably going to go faster. Yes, he does. He does a 1:25 flat, and it's a half-second improvement. Jeez. I dare say that time will not be beaten, as Piastri goes third fastest for the 1:26 flat. And Keith does one better. He goes a 1:25.8. Heading down the field, Trent Newton, the next to come to the line, or not. He's a second and a half down. He'll be abandoning that lap. Lockie's in the pit lane. Sprinter giggles. He's a 10th up. What can he do? He's only in the first sector. Where can he find some time? He's got a bit of a tow here from the Red Bull of RJ. These two do have some chemistry. But will it be an issue for him? He's kind of missed his braking zone because of RJ. That's really thrown him off there. I would be inclined to say that this is going to be a bit of a throwaway lap, as they have a bit of a fight there, almost imitating a bit of an Alpine fight in practice. He's 3 seconds down, so that will be an abandoned lap for him. Who else is here? RJ, we just saw him on the board. There's not many other people. Maybe Apex, he's a 10th up, starting his lap, and he's had a big spin. That's most likely gonna cost him. It's already put him a 10th and a half down. What's he gonna do with this lap? Is he gonna abandon it? It doesn't look like it so far. He could probably pull something back, or he thinks he can pull something back. That is for sure. Not many cars out on track, only 4, as I believe another 2 have just come into the pit lane. Yes, indeed, they have. Geez, bit of a lag I'm experiencing here. Or no, so he's abandoned the lap, and he's let the McLaren of Danger through, and this is crucial for him, which he's invalidated. So whether he'll go into the pit lane to prepare for his final runs, or he'll just throw away this lap and recharge for another, which definitely doesn't look like it. He's even hit the wall there, so they'll both be coming into the pit lane. And we'll likely have a bit of intermission. We've got another car, so that is 17 total that we have now accumulated. And what can we do here? I'm unsure of what we can talk about. There's not much to talk about. Lord Mahavir, a bit of a how do you say it? A bit of an underdog, I guess. Not attending many races. He's only attended one so far, and he's won that race, putting him at 25 points, 9th in the driver's standings so far, just 1 point behind his teammate Grateful Dog, otherwise known as Apex. So if he wins this race, that will put him at 50 points. A fastest lap, obviously, putting him at 51. which if he does so, right now, it'll put him at second in the standings if no other top driver score points, which is very unlikely. However, with the way it's going, if he outscores Piastrigo, which is very likely, with how it's going, he could see himself jump up to a top 5 in the standings already. 2 races into the top 5. Very, very strong performance from him. And who's out on track right now? We're on with the Williams. We're on with Mikey on his outlap. His only lap, I believe it'll be, of this session. So this is very crucial for him. An Alpine comes out and both V-Cubs come out. And the rest of the grid wait a couple more minutes or seconds for their laps. Want to get the most optimal track. And as I say so, Mikey comes around the track with a boatload of traffic. He's got Ferraris, Haas's, Red Bulls all up in his face. Coming around turn 1 there, we just saw it on the track map. So everyone's come out at the exact same time. Which is very, very unfortunate. He'll get a bit of dirty air from this Haas in front of him. And whether that is Mahavir or Apex, he'll want them to get out of the way probably before this next corner. Because the end of the second sector here is very, very tricky with a car in front of you. Especially if you have dirty air. That is a killer. As the Haas does so. Taking it round the outside. And what can Mikey do here? How does he take this? Nice and clean, no wheel spin. Get around the outside, open up the steering wheel. A little bit of correction he had to have there, which is quite unfortunate. As PS Bomber is the next to start their lap. Followed by Zonix, so we'll jump on board with them momentarily. And he comes round the final deep corner. Don't hit the wall. Use the track as much as you can. Where does it put him? It needs to be a good lap. And it puts him 13th fastest, just barely in front of PS Bomber, splitting up the 2 V-Cubs. Speaking of PS Bomber, we'll jump on board with him now as he comes through the first sector into the second sector now. DRS opens. Use the ERS, but not too much. Save some for the massive, massive back end straight. As he comes around this low to mid speed corner. Not much braking used here, kind of just coast it round, don't hit the wall, don't take it too wide either. And here, very, very careful, don't hit the wall, don't get too much wheel spin. And he's taking it really nicely, I would say so. He barely misses the wall there, using as much of the track as he can. And everyone now on their hot laps, as we were just talking about. Next, we have another V-Carb, and then it's going to be the Alpine of JD Juicebox. Let's see what PS Bomber can do. He needs to find 6 tenths to get him just just in front of Mikey in 13th. Where can he put himself? He puts himself 8th fastest. Where can Zonix find himself? He comes to the line now. He goes 3rd fastest. JD Juicebox, what can he do? Maybe something special? No, he's in front of Danger, who didn't get a lap in. Who's next? Is it Apex? Yes, it is. Apex comes to the line. I didn't see what his time was there. Can he improve? Yes, he does. He goes 2nd fastest. Who's next? It's a Ferrari. Is it Trent Newton? Yes, it is. He comes to the line. It's only 4th fastest for him. Who's next? It's a Mercedes. Is it Keith? Yes, it is. He comes to the line. And he doesn't improve. He goes 3rd fastest. Who's next? I've lost it. There's McLaren's coming in. Sprinty Giggles goes to the line. It's only 9th fastest for him. Danger goes 4th fastest. Who's next? It's a Red Bull and a Mercedes. RJ Quistra. Where can he find himself? It's 12th. Anyone else? Jeez, that was chaotic. Another Ferrari, Rift. Only 11th fastest for him. And the final driver, Mikey, into the pit lane. Sorry, not the final driver. It's Oscar Piastrigo. He's over half a second down. That is very unfortunate, as Lord gives him a bit of a tow. Will he get a bit faster? No, he won't, as he puts a driver into the wall there, as we just saw on stream. What a qualifying, what an end to qualifying, I should say. That was very, very quick. It's a provisional, not provisional. it is a Haas 1-2 in qualifying, a 125.0 and a 125.6. Your next driver being Keith, over 2 tenths slower. And then Danger, a very, very strong qualifying from him. So we'll just quickly get this situated. Aiden, the other Mercedes, of 126.5, he's down in 14th. That is the worst qualifying we have seen from him. I don't know what's happening. He's had a bit of a performance drop in the past couple races that we've seen. He did good in Austria. He didn't do good in Bahrain. So very, very quickly we will be retiring, and we'll be doing a lobby restart to account for the what's it called? The what am I saying? The penalties, the grid drops. So we'll quickly account for those. And we will be back underway momentarily. Please bear with us.
blob drip. He is coming.
Okay, alrighty. We have been given the green flag to get back underway. Sorry for that. So we are in for a good 40 so minutes of racing here around Miami, Florida. What to expect? I don't know. Lord Mahathir is starting on pole. We know he's quick. He'll probably get away with it very early, so I would predict probably a Lord podium. Apex, bit of an underdog. Whether I don't know if he has the race pace to fend off Trent, Danger, Piastrigo, and Keith. So I don't know. I think we could be seeing a bit of a mixed podium here. Maybe the first mixed podium that we've seen in a while, with the 1-2s or 1-3s or 2-3s out of the window. And yeah, hopefully we're in for a good one this evening. 17 drivers. You have just seen quali, of course. And let's hope we don't have many safety cars, because that will be quite the unfortunate event. Yes, on pole, Lord Mahathir, I've just said that. Apex is a harsh one too, as we line up on the grid, as they get their setups, as they get their strategies. We will be racing in a moment's time. And yeah, quite interested actually to see how the setups vary, because we are aware that high speed and low speed wings have been applied throughout the majority of the grid, whether they sacrifice sector 3 for quick low and mid speed areas such as sector 1, sector 2, or they go all out for sector 3 and boost away on that massive straight at the back in sector 3. So whether or not they've done that, whether Lord's done that, whether Keith has done that, yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see how the fights develop with these different areas. As we're on the grid, we go to 4, 5 red lights, and away we go here in Miami. Lord, does he get a good getaway? Yes, he does. Apex fends off Keith. Trent Oon sends it down the inside, and he bumps Apex. He's down. Zonix is up. Danger is up. And that has absolutely ruined a race there for someone. I believe it was PS Bomber and Piastrigo. We'll quickly get the position changes up, get all of our data going. So we've 3 positions up, Sprinter Giggles, 3 up for Mikey, and Rift losing 6 positions from 11th to 17th. Huge there. As Keith jumps Apex, he's up into 2nd, chasing down Lord. On lap 1 already got a bit of a fight going. Look at the tyres real quick. Some people are going for a 3-stop. That is incredible. Anywho, on the mediums, your top 6 are all on the mediums. Zonix, Piastrigo, PS Bomber, all going on the hards, looking for a little bit of a longer stint there. And on the softs, Mikey and Blackear, using the tyres they have from an unfortunate qualifying, and then the rest of the grid on mediums. So we'll see how these strategies evolve. I think a 1-stop may work, but it'll likely be a 2-stop. We'll put that onto penalties. We'll put it onto the leader, who is very far behind. It is the Ferrari of Rift, and I believe he is on mediums. That is unfortunate for him. If he was on the hards, it wouldn't be as bad. At the back there, Blackie and JD Juicebox, the two Alpines, struggling at the back. Aiden up into 13th, very, very far behind, and Rift got a 10-second for speeding in the pit lane already. His race has just gone from bad to worse, as Keith has already removed Apex from his DRS, just about, and is already charging Lord Mahavir, just ever so slightly in front, only half a second between them, as Trent Newton makes the move for the podium spot. As it stands, now right behind, it's Danger and Sprinter Giggles, the McLaren dynamic duo, both moving to McLaren during the 2-week break we have just come back from. What can they do here as they come through the chicane into the very high-speed corner? And we'll just see how this kind of plays out. Who's got some more high-end speed? I think it's Keith. It definitely is Keith. He won't have DRS. He might be burning a bit. Actually, no, he did have DRS. I would say Keith has the wing advantage from his setup. And I believe there is a McLaren with damage, and it is Danger. Does Sprinter Giggles also have damage? No, he does not. So Danger has serious damage onto the left side. Not serious, it's only an end plate. But it will hinder his performance as he is on hot pursuit of Apex. And yeah. Piastri go down to 9th. I don't know where he qualified, I forgot. Sorry for that. Anyway, yes. Into 9th as the Alpines have a bit of a tussle at the back of the grid. Yes, sorry. In 9th. Probably not as strong as he would have hoped for. Right now, it's looking very good for Mahavir to get into the top 5 of the standings after only 2 races. Piastri looking to get that championship back. Kind of hold his crown, hold his title. But the top 3 are kind of your championship contenders right now, as Aiden, not even in the points, who is the second in the standings as of now. Yeah, he is underperforming for Mercedes, and geez, I'm at a loss for words here. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, Keith definitely looking to be the favourite now for the number 2 spot. If Lord Mahavir has a decline of performance, we will say. We'll ride on board with him momentarily. And I think, as you can see there, Lord is able to take those corners way, way, way faster than Keith. So the wing difference is definitely there. Lord is definitely building a gap to try and break DRS from Keith, as Trent Newton falls 2 seconds behind on the podium spot, the 3rd podium spot, of course, followed by Apex and Danger. And Sprinter has lost 2 positions to Lockie and Zonix. 2.5 seconds Zonix is to Danger, and Lockie barely in front of Sprinter. Piastri still in 9th. Can't get anything done, and RJ is in the points. Aiden up into 11th. As PS Bomber falls down the order into 15th as he pits from, I believe it was the Hards. But anyways, Keith had a bit of a moment there. Over a second away now from Lord Mahavir. Very, very unfortunate for him, as he's now fallen closer to Trent. So, all separated by about the same gap. What can they do here? Lord obviously having the clean air. Keith having the second best option. And Trent having the worst of the three, of course. Also with pressure on him from Apex in the Haas, who has lost 2 positions from the front row. So, we'll see how this plans out. But Lord is running away with it, ever so slightly. I think he'll continue to grow this gap, and I think it'll come down to strategy, because I don't think Keith can match his pace throughout the rest of the race as RJ falls out of the points, and Aiden takes that spot. And Sprinter and Lockie are having a bit of a fight as Lockie comes into the pit lane. Where's Zonix? He's a little bit further up the road as Piastrigo wants to have a go now at Sprinter as he locks the front right a little bit, but he makes the move into turn 1 as they come through heading toward the S's now. What can they do here? What will Sprinter do here is probably a better way to put it. Piastrigo round the S's. Sprinter giggles. It's a little bit too hastious on the accelerator and picks up a 3-second, the first actual corner cutting penalty that we have seen in this race. And now Aiden up into 9th, RJ into 10th because of the pit stop from Lockie, which puts him in 15th. Yes. So what's happened now? Keith is 3 seconds down, and now the Ferrari of Trent is right on his tail in DRS. You can see Lord in the background there running away with it. This is definitely going to be a dominant drive for Lord. I don't know where I was trying to go with that, but yes, it's going to be probably a dominant drive for him. I'd say Keith is hoping to hold on to the podium spot, especially second, as is Trent Newton in the pit lane? Yes, he is. And that puts Apex back onto the podium. And now it's provisionally again a Haas 1-3, a double podium for them. A very good result if they can keep it like this. As Danger trying to keep pressure on Apex, that end plate causing him a little bit of harm. As well as Zonix and Piastrigo rapidly catching. Sprinter falling behind, now under pressure by the second Mercedes car of Aiden. He's on the mediums, and he's got a point to prove from that qualifying, I am sure. And Globdrip following close behind, RJ still in 10th, fending off a freshly serviced Trent Newton on new tyres. We'll quickly have a look at what tyres they are on. New hards for Trent, as well as Lockie, as well as Mikey and Rift. And that is all the pit stops we've had so far. Still on the softs is Black here, as well as our medium runners, and PS Bomber going on to a second set of mediums. As I say so, Aiden tries to make the move on Sprinter, and it's very, very rough racing. It's trying to stick it around the inside. He makes the move happen, but that is very, very interesting, very questionable, I would say. Definitely something that Sprinter would argue if he got the clip of that. Danger up into 10th. As into the pit lane RJ goes, I would hope so, unless he's had a bit of a moment. Yes, he is in the pit lane. As Danger comes out for his first stop. And up the front, Keith has now fallen 4.5 seconds down, and Apex is rapidly catching. He's found a burst of pace here at the end of the medium's life, unless they want to extend and hope they can put in some laps good enough to undercut or overcut the rest of the drivers. Zonix in fourth. Good showing from him. He's on the hards. Very, very close behind is Piastrigo, and 4 seconds he is away from the next car. So you want to be fending off Piastrigo while Aiden is also catching. You can see in the background there as Globdrip might make a move on Sprinter here, actually. Very, very close to his diffuser. He opens the rear wing. I'm sure some ERS is going to be burnt. It's very, very close as he just barely can't get in front. Sprinter holds him off and he's still trying to hang it through. They're going to even continue the fight into and likely out of the pit lane. No speeding infringements from them there. As Aiden 2.5 seconds down now to Piastrigo. Piastrigo into DRS. As well as Trent on the charge with Lockie behind. Quite far away these two are. A bit of a gap they have. Some clean air between Trent and Lockie. And Sprinter has come out right behind Mikey. Very, very close. It's a 3-way fight here. Maybe even 5. Jeez, that is carnage. And Sprinter will be looking to make the most of that. It's going to be RJ, Globtrip, Mikey, Sprinter, and PS Bomber, I think. Yes, it is. So the top, or the bottom, I should say, they're all fighting for one singular point here. As Sprinter carves his way through Mikey and Globdrip. Now in his way stands PS Bomber. What can he do here? As they go 3 wide almost into this low mid-speed corner. And Globdrip has a bit of a moment there and he pushes someone a little bit wide. And Sprinter has taken the one and only point that they're all fighting for. And can he now get away from Globdrip? He's had a stellar Sector 2 there. He's nearly dropped him from DRS. Obviously, he will have DRS. As well as the rest of the people fighting. So they've all kind of settled down. Maybe at the back here, Mikey sends it out. Can he make the move into turn? I don't know what turn this is. Into one of the final turns. Through past the pit lane now. Yes, he does. He gets the move done. PS Bomber started a lap in 10th. Now he's in 13th. RJ, can he capitalize on this? Can he get himself up a position? And we'll quickly just jump back here. Sprinter has run away with it. Over a second now to Globdrip. So that was the point they're all fighting for. He's carved his way through and gotten away. Now what is going to happen with these? Lord has come into the pits. We didn't see that, but he has. As RJ makes the move round the inside. PS Bomber goes wide, and that's up a position for RJ into 13th. Now, leading the pack now. Globdrip. Followed by Mikey, RJ, and a Bomber. What is going to happen into the straight here if they can get close enough? They've all kind of gotten a little bit of a gap between each other. As at the back there, you can see... Am I skitzing out? Or could I see someone approaching? No, I am skitzing out. Apologies. Through the second sector, Mikey has really closed that gap to Globdrip a lot through there. He's gained at least 2 tenths. As well as RJ, and PS Bomb has been dropped from DRS. That's not good for him. Now, Apex into the pit lane, at least you'd hope so. Apex up into 4th, sorry, not Apex, Aiden up into 4th, he hasn't pit yet. Trent has pit, and he's fighting with Lord. These guys, too wide through this section. Aiden just barely in front, witnessing it all in his rear view mirror. What's gonna happen here? Still too wide through the S's. Unbelievable battle they have just had there onto the first DRS zone of the lap. What can Trent Newton do here? He will have DRS. Lord will also have DRS. And Aiden won't. Aiden will come into the Sector 2 chicane without DRS as Lord tries to hang around the outside. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. He's in front of Aiden. Now, what will that mean for the straight? Trent needs to get round to Aiden ASAP. It's costing him a lot of time fighting with one of his championship contenders here, will soon to be championship contenders. And Aiden has really ruined Trent here. Over a second down now he is, after just going wheel to wheel with them through the S's. And up the front, Piastrigo and Keith, still the front runners as Keith comes into the pit lane. Oscar Piastri has a bit of a spin, and now he is the race leader. Maybe not a true position, but for now he can call himself the leader of the race. Trent Newton up into third, followed by Lord, and then Piastrigo. That is your provisional podium for now in lap 12 out of 29. Aiden up into fourth. Those tyres will be killing him. What are we up to now on tyres? So 11 laps old Piastrigo, Aiden 11 laps old mediums. Those are the only two yet to pit. Lord nearly has a 10 lap offset to the next car, and he is absolutely flying. You can see it here. He is rapidly catching the leader. So that will mean he is true position P1, or net position P1. Down in fifth, Danger. He has fixed his wing in his pit stop. Only 4 lap old hards, and Keith onto the fresh hards. So everyone has gone on to fresh hards almost, except for some back runners onto mediums like Sprinter Our only one with a penalty this session now. That Rift has served it 33 seconds behind the next car. And now Lord has made the move on track position. On track, he's made the move against Piastrigo. And Piastrigo will be wanting to try and give him as much as a fight as he can. Try and stay with him as long as he can. But I think he's long overdue for a pit stop. He'll be last almost. Yeah, I think, yeah. He'll almost be dead last in 16th, I think, after this pit stop. Which is not ideal for him after a decent first stint. Trent Newton into third. He's trying to catch Piastrigo, who might play the same role as Aiden did, who has come in for his pit stop now, back into 13th. He had an absolutely great first stint, and then his tyres kind of killed off and held up Trent Newton. So what will Piastrigo do here? Will he just let the clearly faster car by, or will he give him a bit of a fight? Will he try and hold him back as much as he can for Lord, which was, I believe, his former teammate last season? I could be wrong. But yes, what is going to happen here? Apex 5.5 seconds behind Trent Newton. As we come to the final corner, not near final corner, Trent makes the move cleanly. PS Bomber picks up a 3 second. He is the next driver to pick up a 3 second, and that nearly puts him net P15. Sprinter holding his ground there. He's having a bit of a fight with Onyx now, the next V-Carb. He dealt with PS Bomber earlier. How can he deal with Zonix now into the first corner? Will we see a move here? No, we won't. He doesn't make a dive. He keeps it clean. He knows he needs to keep it clean through the S's, because that is probably his weakest part of the track. And through here, it's very, very tight. It's very, very easy to make a mistake if you are not careful. Don't hit the curb there. You've got to try to keep it on the right curb through the S's. Just coast here, maybe a little bit of braking if you need it. And open the ERS, open the DRS, and hope you catch the next car in front. And he's a second and a bit down to Zonix. Zonix much faster in that Sector 1. And JD Juicebox picks up a 3 second, the third car to pick up a 3 second. And up the front, Keith down into 6th after the pit stops. Not too good for him. Maybe strategy is what he's relying on. Trent Newton nearly 4 seconds behind Lord. Former teammates at the end of Season 7. So they have some chemistry. They know they are quick, but Lord is clearly quicker. Danger and Apex having a bit of a tussle for 4th position. Apex gets the move done. And that is him only 1 position away from a podium. Piastri still hasn't pit. That is costing him mega time. At the back, Rift. Rift is nearly getting lapped now. I think we're coming up on lapping Rift. Probably momentarily. I could probably see it happening around lap 25. As I say so, we're over halfway done with the race. Lap 15 of 29. Technically, this is the halfway point. So already 50% of the race done. That was quite quick, I feel. Maybe not in the cockpit, but in the commentary box at least it was. Which I'm quite tired actually, which is quite surprising. Anyway, these two still fighting. Not really many other fights going on right now. What is the time? 5:58. Another 20 minutes of racing. Or 30 minutes of racing. No safety cars, no VSCs yet. Which is always good to see. The Ferrari second driver being down out of the points is very, very good for Keith and his teammate Aiden, who are in double points right now. As Globdrip picks up a 3-second and he falls down 2 positions. Now, Danger and Apex having, I think, another fight here as they rapidly approach Piastri. Trent Newton 6 seconds now behind Lord. What can they do as Keith is also gaining time on Danger? So a bit of a fight developing here now at the front. Everyone's starting to catch up on their fresher tyres. Whether they have more pace in certain areas, DRS, ERS, it all accounts to something. RJ Coestra, a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He will be kicking himself for that, as PS Bomber also picks up a 10-second. That is both of their races absolutely crushed. So now that is nearly a certain no-point finish for both of those drivers. So we will just see what happens. Apex makes the move on Piastri, and now he's using him to hold up Danger. Who'll be looking to get behind. JD Juicebox picks up another 3-second. That's 6 for him now as they come into the back straight. Danger has a really good exit there, right on his rear wing of the Aston Martin. As you send it to the left, send it to the right. What does he do? He just keeps his line. He falls back a lot actually because Piastri gets DRS. And in the background there, you can see Keith just ever so slightly lurking. Trent Newton 7 seconds now, just losing more and more time each lap. And here is your leader as of now. And you can see here, we'll see if we can see it on his onboard. We probably will be able to as we get around this corner, as RJ picks up another 3-second. And that is retirement from him. And is that a safety car? Yes, it is. The first of many I would have expected. But that is safety car numero 1. As drivers come into the pit lane. Jeez, that was a bit of a voice crack. But we might see if we can have a word with RJ. See what happened. And Rift now being promoted from his 17th position to 16th, and that's actually helped Rift a lot. He was about to get lapped there. He is almost pretty much lapped here, even under safety car conditions. But that will definitely help him catch back up to the back runners, especially after his pit stop. And quickly, we're going to get into a voice call with RJ and see what happened. Alrighty. RJ, what's happened, mate?
I had a bit of an accident. I turned a bit too early in the Mickey Mouse chicane part. Yeah, DNF from there. Put my whole tire off, unfortunately.
The what? The Mickey Mouse chicane.
Like, you know that the long right hander, and then it goes into like that left right
Okay,
left right
yeah,
part.
sure.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, I had the wall
Right.
a bit too hard.
Okay.
DNF'd. Yeah.
Right. So how was it in the cockpit? Was it a bit stressful, a bit difficult?
No, it was actually pretty easy. Just a couple people keep hitting me, and I hit someone by accident. Sorry. Who was it again? Oh, Mikey. I accidentally hit Mikey. Made him spin, but I didn't take the position because I'm nice.
Right. Okay. Uh if you could give any advice to anyone, specifically Lord right now, in the lead of the race, what would you tell them?
To bin the car. I mean, just to try real hard,
Yeah. Yeah.
but hope I want Keith to win. Actually, no, I want Sprinter to win. Sprinter, I want you to win.
Ninth position, a penalty, I don't know. It's going to be quite difficult for him, but anyways, thank you for your time, and good luck for next round, I guess.
Thank you. Shout out TGC.
Okay, what a guy. What a champion. Um, alrighty. Under safety car condition now. Has anyone pit? We'll just quickly check. Yes, they have. Everyone has pit, pretty much. So that has brought the front runners back into the game. That saved Piastri up into 5th. And at the back, that has ruined PS Bomber. Down to a 3-second. He served his 10-second. Rift still trying to catch up. Very, very far behind. I can't see him catching while the safety car is out, unfortunately. But, yes, we'll see what they can do. Keith now having his opportunity back to get a win here. I believe that will be the last stop for the rest of the race. So now it's purely on pace. Trent Newton given a godsend to get that safety car. Only 2/10 now, or in DRS now, I should say, to Lord after the safety car concludes. Apex in 3rd. That is a Haas double podium as it stands. Keith into 4th, Piastri into 5th, Zonix 6th, Danger 7th, Lockie 8th, Sprinter Giggles 9th, and Aiden 10th. So provisionally, provisionally it's a double Haas podium, double Mercedes points. That'll be huge for catching a Ferrari. However, with Trent Newton outscoring Keith, it's not going to do much in terms of championship for the overall, or even for the tier 1. So we'll see what they can do at this safety car restart. We haven't been given a safety car in this lap yet. We'll most likely see it on this back straight if we are going to get it. Rift has caught up tremendously to what he was at, as well as Globtrip very far behind, followed by PS Bomber and Blackie, who's just catching the pack, as you can see, way back there. So we're all getting the tyres up to temp. I don't think it's going to be a safety car in this lap, however, so they will all get back to their normal driving. This Lord is looking a little bit dangerous here with the safety car. So probably one more lap of safety car, which will be this lap, lap 20, and we'll likely get underway lap 21. And as we do so, we'll be back momentarily. There you go. Safety car in this lap. That is why the safety car has pulled away and Rift has caught up to the pack. So that is huge for him. Back with a chance as Lord will depict the pace and when they go green, which they've already done so as they come to the line. All looking to fight for that number 1 spot or for a spot on the podium, as you can see the marshal waving the green flag there. Alrighty. Back on the way, Rift is already out of DRS. That is very, very unfortunate for him. Through the S's now. A bit of, I think that's a corner cut there for Lord Mahavir. As he comes out and in. Very, very tricky corner. And he's already dumped Trent Newton out of DRS. Incredible pace from him. Keith now 0.2 behind. He's very, very close to Apex, wanting to get on that podium, wanting to fight with Trent Newton to outscore him. Get that little bit of an upper hand on his teammate and on Ferrari. Aiden in 10th. Obviously the teammate in question. Fighting Sprinter Giggles now with the 3-second penalty, which is absolutely atrocious for him. Which I believe takes him well out of the points for now. So he'll be pushing, he'll be pushing to get back in there. As Lord tries to break the slipstream to the third last corner. Hang on, I need to sort out these corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. And Lord goes fastest with a 1:27.7. Trent Newton 1.6 behind. Keith makes the move onto the podium. 0.5. Sorry, I was just looking at my phone momentarily. Apex very, very close behind, wanting to get back at him. As he's actually falling away a bit. Piastri goes out of DRS of dangers. The top 5 is kind of solidified right now. From the outside, Zonix putting pressure on Piastri, and no pressure from him from Lockie behind. Sprinter getting pressure from Aiden as he puts pressure on Lockie, and he makes the move on Lockie, as I was just saying so. We'll quickly, actually no, we won't jump up there because we've got a little bit of a fight forming here. Someone's hit the wall. Who has hit the wall? That's damage for someone. Who's it going to be? Is it Trent Newton? That looks like a missing end plate. No, it doesn't. Interesting. As Keith goes to make the move, and he will get the move done now. 7 laps to go. 6, 7? 7 laps to go. 2 seconds between Lord and Keith. What can he do? Can he find the time? Can he find the pace? And can he fend off Trent Newton? Very, very close behind. We'll look at the tyres really quick. So Keith is on the mediums and Lord is on the hards. So whether or not those will come into effect, will the mediums die out? Will the hards not be fast enough? Is what I'm trying to say. Danger picks up a 3-second. That's huge for Piastri. If he can get some pace on now, he's got a bit of a motivation to do so. Now, I guess, Rift up into 15th. He's gained a position from his ever so horrible start. As I say that, Rift has just spun down into 16th. Poor, poor guy. Last on track, which is very unfortunate for him. He's gotten some podiums throughout these races. Yes. Where am I? Where am I? Down here, Sprinter and Aiden and Mikey, all fighting with Lockie for the 8th position. A bit of a 4-way going on here. Whoa. Zonix and Piastri having a bit of a tussle up the front, and then obviously your top 5 fighting. And Keith has lost over a second to Lord, so I guess now the only fight we can see up the front will be for 2nd place. As we come round the final corner now, Lucky has gotten away from Sprinter. What can the Sprinter do to catch up to Aiden? Aiden goes round the outside almost. Yes, he does. He's hanging it around the outside. He wants to get another position. Try and fight for some more positions after this penalty point as Rift picks up a 10-second for speeding in the pit lane. I would assume he's retiring in the pit lane now. Never mind, he puts on softs. He wants to have a bit of fun. Yes, Sprinter losing DRS to Lockie, now under pressure by Aiden and Mikey. Mikey looking to capitalize on some positions here as Trent gets ever so close to Keith. He goes around the outside with the DRS. Keith has no other option but to let him have it. He goes through into the low to mid-speed chicane, into this chicane now. And no wall taps this time, awesome. As we head on to the back straight, Keith will have DRS this time around. As you can see, Lord just run away with the win up the front there. We might see another dominant drive for him this season. After missing 3 races, can he bring it back and win? Trent Newton, can he hold off Keith? Yes, he can. As whoa, Apex goes for a late dive on Keith and he makes it work. Incredible there. There's danger. Spins into the wall. That is horrible, horrible for him as he resets the track. So that will likely be a penalty for him later on. And that is going to be a big portion of his front wing diminished. And he's out of the points now. And that puts Sprinter up into 8th, Aiden into 9th, and Mikey into the points now. Zonix and Piastri Goat getting a bit of a promotion up the front here. Piastri Goat getting the P5 position, which will definitely help his championship. Trent Newton trying to keep his lead in the championship, fending off Keith now over a second slower. Over a second behind, I should say, to Apex. I mean, sorry, over a second and a half behind Trent Newton. Jeez, I'm absolutely losing the plot here. Yes, right, anyway. Rift into 15th. He's regained that position after JD Juicebox went on to the softs. Danger into 13th. Very, very unfortunate for him. We'll get on to the penalties. So as it stands, Sprinter will only be getting 1 point today, as Mikey and Aiden have a bit of a tussle, and Mikey gets the move done through the straight. Can he get another move? Is it a double move for Mikey heading into this corner? Yes. No, it's not. Very, very close for him. Unfortunate, but a very, very strong showing from him. Aiden needing those valuable points in the back point positions. Keith and back into 3rd, 2 seconds behind Trent Newton now. And Lord is yet again 4.5 seconds in front. There's only 3 laps remaining. At the back there, that is danger. Fighting with an Alpine. If we never thought we'd see it. Jeez. Oh my god. Where am I? We never thought Danger would be doing so bad this late into the game. After having a very good quali. And a very, very good, a very good race as he locks it up there, trying to get past a bomber. As we're on board here with Black here, a keyboard user, which is very, very interesting. He's got a lot of control over the car, to be honest. So, seeing what he can do, Globdrip makes the move on Mikey for 10th position. Mikey has lost a lot of positions now. Globdrip making the move on Aiden too, and he jumps up into 9th. Can he hold back the 2 behind him as Danger's up into 12th? Mikey falls to 11th. Aiden into the points now. Lockie into 6th, followed by Zonix. Piastri go up into 5th, then Keith, then Apex, then Trent, then Lord. Keith has just lost a position to Apex. And he'll be fighting for that podium now, as second place is solidified. So your first and second place right now, if no one spins and loses it, Lord and Trent are your 1-2. So Lord just gaining ever so slightly on the championship leader, and Keith falling even further behind, which is not what he would have wanted here in Miami, but it's a very difficult track for everyone. Whether you're a reserve, a full-time, a tier 2 reserve, especially with this grid full of freaks. And a bit of a wall tap there for Piastri Goat. Another wall tap behind there, I think I heard, as Keith still on the charge for Apex. This is going to be how it's going. But Piastri Goat is just creeping up into the mix, as Keith, will he hang around the inside, outside, whatever he's doing, I don't know what I'm saying, into the final corner. It's their wheel to wheel almost. Apex having a little bit of a moment off his line there, using the track like you would in quali, and it's a big tap between the two. They come together. Rift picks up a 3-second, but Keith and Apex collide a little bit, and Apex nearly went into the wall. Very, very lucky that there's no wall there like other tracks onto turn 1. And that is Keith up onto the podium. Danger got a 10-second speeding in the pit lane, and he's retired in the pit lane. So that is your second DNF of the day. He'll be in 16th. Rift up into 15th. Down here, Apex and Piastri Goat now on the charge for Keith. Very, very close they are. 3 wide. They have gone 3 wide into the S is not this is the low speed to mid speed corner, and then into the chicane. Apex getting banged around a little bit, and through goes Piastri Goat. Through the chicane now onto the back straight. A little bit of a wall tap I just heard back there. Has anyone lost any end plates? Actually, it kind of looks like Keith has lost a bit of an end plate. I don't know, but Piastri Goat prioritizes his exit. The DRS comes open for the drivers behind, and Lockie now in the mix too. Rift retires in the pit lane, I would hope. Yes, he does. As they come around now. Lord still leading the race. He was going to lap Rift if he didn't retire. I think he already did lap Rift if he didn't already. Now followed by Piastri Goat is Trent Newton in second. And Keith, Apex and Lockie now all battling for the final podium position. JD Juicebox retiring on track, which is a bit of an issue, whether that will be a safety car or not. If it is, it kind of solidifies the race, but this is the final lap. Keith looking to make the move for that final podium position, but we will jump on board with Lord in first position. A very dominant drive for him. He's led most of the race. He qualified pole position. Without the safety car, he would have won by a country mile. But anyway, safety car or not, he's risen to the occasion. He did what everyone hoped he didn't. And this is going to be 2 in a row for him. He won in Bahrain as he comes around one of the final corners in Miami, Florida. He becomes a 2-time race winner in ORL Season 8, and Lord Mahavir takes the glory first to the checkered flag. Next, Trent Newton to the checkered flag. It's second position for him. All he could do, Keith has a bit of a spin, and Piastri Goat onto the podium, followed by Keith, Lockie. Apex falls down into 6th. Globdrip falls to 8th from penalties. From 9th to penalties. Sonics into 7th. Aiden into 8th. Sprinter clinching onto some points in 10th, followed by Mikey, Blackear, and PS Bomber, who's now crossing the line. A very, very interesting race there. Lord Mahavir, another dominant drive for him. Everyone expected it. Everyone saw it from his qualifying. And very, very well done for him. He'll be very pleased with that. We will get our podium into an interview. And we will just see what they have to say. Jeez Louise. we can't even get any interviews. Jeez, that was. Whew. Um, so the strategies, a one stop is what made Piastri get onto the podium, with everyone else around him doing two stops. A couple three stoppers in the points, Glob Trip, a three stopper, and our first to join us, Lord Mahavir, our winner. How was your race?
Wait, say it again.
I said, how was your race?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty nice. I got scared of the safety car because I knew I had it in the bag because I had better tires and already winning by 6.5 seconds. So the safety
Right.
car scared me a bit, but I did restart to get break DRS.
Yeah. Did any fights behind you kind of scare you with Trent or Keith kind of trying to catch up to you after that restart?
Nah, I thought Keith could have pace on the mediums, but mediums don't work in Miami. It's just the hards are OP, so he didn't have any pace. And couldn't
Right.
catch.
And qualifying, I think nearly a second faster than your teammate on the front row there. Much practice into Miami for you, or?
Like an hour, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No need to show off. All right. Thank you for your time, Lord. Trent,
Thanks.
P2 for you. A very clean drive from you, getting in front of the rest. And extending your championship lead now on the two Mercedes drivers. How was your drive today?
Yeah, I mean, after qualifying a bloody second off this bandit, I mean, like it wasn't that bad coming P2, fifth to second. I just, I mean, what do you call it? It's kind of a half advantage. I was commentating Tier 2 last night, so I saw how powerful the undercut was. So I went like, oh, let's send it. I got a little bit of glory by running net P1 for a bit, but no, I just didn't have the doesn't have a job pace on this game, so
I'll be job.
shut up, Lord. Anyway, he was able to put me to Gaffleby's, but I thought I would have had a chance maybe but Keith, took too long coming through the pack, so I wasn't able to use him to leapfrog back to Lord, because I think the pace at the end, I would have been able to stick with this DRS, you know what I mean? So, it just kind of sucks. It kind of sucks a bit in that aspect, but no, I mean, drove clean, just literally changed my setup going into the session by not even doing a lap on it. So that was, wonderful idea. And I didn't, times didn't change, but the setup was more consistent. So just clicked off laps and did the work.
Yep. Very dominant. Another extension for your championship. And congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Alrighty. And that is all we have time for this evening. A very interesting race it was, with Piastri getting a surprise podium there for his switch to Aston Martin. Thank you for tuning in. And we will see you all next week for Imola.